If someone shows these 7 signs, they're falling in love, slowly but deeply. Psychology, facts about love. Love doesn't always crash into our lives like a storm. Sometimes it sneaks in quietly, almost unnoticed at first, until it grows roots so deep that it becomes impossible to pull away. Falling in love is rarely about grand gestures or dramatic confessions. More often it's in the small things, the subtle behaviors, the quiet details, the changes they don't even realize they're making. When someone is falling in love with you slowly but deeply, it shows in their patterns, their words, their silences, and in the way they look at you when they think you're not watching. Psychology has studied these patterns, and today, we're going to explore 7 powerful signs that someone is falling in love deeply, even if they haven't said the words out loud yet. As you listen, reflect on the connections in your own life. Sometimes love is right in front of us, whispering, not shouting. Sign 1. They listen differently. Most people hear you, but someone who is slowly falling in love listens to you in a way that feels different. They don't just catch your words. They absorb your feelings, your pauses, your moods hiding between the lines. Psychology calls this active, empathetic listening. They don't just nod or say, "I understand." Instead, they respond in ways that show they've really felt what you said. They remember the small details you casually dropped weeks ago, the name of your favorite cafe, the childhood dream you thought you'd forgotten, the way you like your coffee. This isn't about impressing you. It's about prioritizing you. Their brain naturally places importance on your words, because love makes the mind more attentive and memory sharper toward the person who matters. Think about it. When someone recalls something you mentioned offhand, doesn't it feel like they value you more deeply than words could? That's love in action. Quiet, powerful, undeniable. Sign 2. Their time shifts toward you. Time is the most valuable resource any of us have. And when someone is falling in love slowly but deeply, you'll notice their time starts bending around you. They make space for you, sometimes in ways that surprise even themselves. Maybe they cancel plans they once would have kept, or they stay up late just to hear about your day. Maybe they drive across the city when they could have just texted. Maybe they're not free, but somehow they still find time. From a psychological perspective, this is linked to the investment model of commitment. People invest more of their time and energy into those they feel a deepening attachment toward. Even if they don't say "I love you," their calendar begins to reveal it. They're not just with you when it's convenient. They choose you again and again, even in the small ways. That's how love grows, slowly, through presence. Sign 3. Their body speaks what words don't. Love leaks through body language long before it is spoken. When someone is falling in love slowly but deeply, their body betrays them in the sweetest ways. Their eyes linger a little longer than necessary. They lean in when you speak, even if there's space around. Their body subtly mirrors yours, a psychological phenomenon called limbic synchrony, where two people in emotional alignment unconsciously mirror posture, tone, and gestures. They smile when you smile, not out of politeness, but out of a shared joy they can't hide. Research in psychology shows that dopamine, the chemical of pleasure, rises when people are around someone they're attracted to. That's why their pupils may dilate when they look at you, why they fidget nervously, why they unconsciously position their body toward you even in a crowded room. They may never say a word, but their body already gave them away. Sign 4, emotional vulnerability, appears. One of the strongest signs of deep love isn't in the happy moments, but in the vulnerable ones. When someone is slowly falling in love, they begin to trust you with the raw parts of themselves. They tell you about their fears, their childhood wounds, the mistakes they regret, or the dreams they've never spoken aloud. This isn't casual. Psychologists call this emotional self-disclosure, and it's one of the most powerful markers of intimacy. It means they're not just showing you the polished version of who they are, they're letting you see the unedited story. Love makes people want to be known, not just admired. And when they start opening up, it's not because they want attention, it's because they feel safe with you. Slow love is built on trust. Vulnerability is the proof. Sign 5. They begin to prioritize your happiness. There's a shift that happens in deep love. Your happiness becomes theirs. You'll notice it in subtle ways. They celebrate your wins like they're their own. They comfort you in ways that show they're not just trying to stop your tears, but to truly understand what you need. They compromise without keeping score, not because they're weak, but because your peace of mind matters more to them than being right. This reflects what psychologists call compassionate love, a form of love that emphasizes care, concern, and mutual growth. Unlike infatuation, which is often self-centered, compassionate love looks outward. It asks, what do they need? How can I make their world lighter? If someone shows this sign, you're no longer just part of their world. You are their world. Sign 6. They imagine a future with you without forcing it. Another subtle yet powerful sign is how they talk about the future. It's not always direct. They might not say, I want to marry you, or we should move in together. Instead, it shows in the way they casually weave you into their vision of tomorrow. We should try that restaurant next month. I wonder what you'd think of this place if we went there together. Next summer, maybe we could travel here. These aren't just throwaway comments. Psychologically, they're signs of mental integration, where someone starts unconsciously placing you into their long-term thinking. Love doesn't just exist in the present moment, it spills into the future. When they start planning, even in small, playful ways, it's because, in their mind, you're already there with them. Sign 7. Their silence feels full, not empty. Perhaps the most profound sign of slow, deep love isn't in the conversations, but in the silences. With most people, silence feels awkward. With someone who's falling in love, silence feels like safety. You don't need to fill the air with words, because just being together feels enough. In psychology, this connects to secure attachment. When two people can sit quietly, without fear of judgment or pressure, it's a sign that emotional intimacy has reached a deeper level. They don't need constant stimulation to enjoy you. They don't need to perform or entertain. Your presence itself is the comfort. That's when you know. It's not just attraction. It's not just curiosity. It's love, quiet, steady, growing stronger with every unspoken moment. Love that grows slowly often lasts the longest. Because it's not rushed. It's not built on fireworks that fade, but on steady warmth that endures. If someone in your life shows these 7 signs, listening deeply, giving their time, revealing their love through body language, opening up emotionally, prioritizing your happiness, weaving you into their future and finding comfort in silence, then know this. They may not have said it yet, but their heart is already speaking. Sometimes love isn't shouted. It's whispered in the way they look at you, in the way they show up, in the way they choose you quietly, again and again. And when you recognize it, you'll see it was never slow. It was steady. And steady is what makes it last. That's the psychology of slow but deep love. If you've noticed these signs in someone close to you, maybe, just maybe, they're falling for you more than you realize.